Hey guys, my name is Connor Preve, and I did my project on language evolution in the internet. My research topic for this project was how does the way we speak on the internet differ from the grammatically correct English we use and why? And by grammatically correct English, I mean like academic English and proper English that we use like while typing like papers and like a project such as this. Like the essay that we will write for this project differs greatly from the way that people talk on the internet. The methods I used to research this topic were I looked at former research done on the topic, and to find this former research, I searched for articles using Google and the ASU library database. And this allowed me to find sources that were both credible and recent, so I wasn't looking at the way people spoke on the internet back in the 80s or 90s, where it wouldn't be relevant to today's world. And I also posted a Google Form survey to various social media sites, such as Tumblr and Twitter, to collect data from 100 survey takers, and this allowed me to look at a more personal take on why people think that they speak the way that they do online and how they speak the way that they do. Basically, what I found is that language on the internet must be expressive, because just typing in grammatically correct English does not convey emotions the way that people necessarily want them to be conveyed. So if someone's writing out their feelings 100% like correct and grammatical, it may not come across the way that they wanted it to. And because of this casual setting of social media, people don't necessarily feel the need to be entirely grammatically correct all the time, because it's not like interacting on social media is similar to like talking to a friend in a very casual way, whereas with a friend you wouldn't be careful to articulate everything grammatically and carefully as you would just speak, because you're just having fun, you're just talking casually. And people on the internet have shaped the way that they speak to convey the same sort of casual speak in a way that's typed out. And websites like Twitter that have a word or character count have caused the need for abbreviations and different ways of speaking. So people on the internet need to learn how to get their thoughts across in a clear and concise way that is also portrayed the way that they want it to be portrayed, so that way it's not mistaken as angry when they're just excited or that sort of thing. And out of 100 people surveyed, only 7 of the people stated that they use proper grammar when speaking online. And 50% of the people do not use enough punctuation in their social media posts, resulting in run-on sentences and blocks of text, meaning that when people type, punctuation is not on the forefront of their mind, believing that it's not the most important thing when getting their ideas across on social media, and it's not as important as just spilling out what they wanted to say. And it's similar to when we're speaking and we don't really pay attention to all of our sentence breaks and pauses and that sort of thing. We just want to get everything out in a way that makes the other person understand that what we're trying to say is important. And acronyms used on the internet don't come without rules, because people don't just abbreviate everything and expect it to be understood. Like, I couldn't just abbreviate that sentence and have it be understood, whereas almost everyone on the internet knows what LOL means and what BRB means, so anyone can use them and have them be understood. But if I was trying to say acronyms don't come without rules, and I just said A, D, C, W, R, and expected people to understand, it wouldn't work, and nobody would know what I was trying to say. So it has to, like, acronyms can only be used if they're a common acronym, unless you're going to then explain what the acronym means to the people reading your posts. And then here we have the charts from my survey. So out of 100 people surveyed, only 7 people use grammatically correct grammar. Out of the 100 people surveyed, 81% of people use abbreviations in their social media posts. And internet speak bleeds into conversational speak for 92% of people. So like that would mean like when you're talking, you can say something such as like, oh, BRB out loud, and people around you would know what you're saying, even though BRB and be right back, like in spoken, like there's no reason for you to speak BRB as like you would online, but people still do it as it's become the norm today. And then 50% of people do not use enough punctuation in a social media setting, while 25% use too much grammar, which would create fragments in their sentences, such as interrupting sentences with periods for dramatic pauses, exclamation points to convey excitement, and that sort of thing. And while the punctuation does allow for a more personal and emotional interpretation of the text, it doesn't exactly, it's not grammatically correct, but it does help the sentence or block of text be interpreted the way that the writer is intending it to be. And 86% of people believe that the way that they speak in person has been influenced by the way they speak online, showing that online speak and conversational in-person speak go hand in hand with each other. So for the analysis, it has come to my attention that internet speak differs from grammatically correct English because it has to convey emotion and tone and inflection in a medium that doesn't exactly allow for that. So everyone reads stuff differently, and it's hard to read a post exactly how the author intended it to be read. But with the way internet speak works, with a overuse or underuse of punctuation and that sort of thing, allows for people to get a better idea of what the author was meaning when they were writing their post. So if someone wrote something with an overuse of exclamation points, the reader would know that it was supposed to be excitement and read like in an excited tone rather than just like resentment or just like a casual tone and that sort of thing. And overall, the results were found that using internet speak in this way allows for people to be more conversational online, because humans do like to talk and they do like to conversate, and the internet has opened up this whole like world to us that we don't have otherwise. So it allows us to speak to so many different people that we otherwise wouldn't be able to speak to, like across the world, across the country, that sort of thing. And internet speak with the grammatically incorrect sort of thing allows for us to understand and get each other and understand what we're trying to say and how we're trying to say it, while not being able to see body language or facial expressions and not being able to actually hear the tone and inflection people are using. For further research, the survey that I made could be posted to more social media sites like Instagram and Facebook, because I only posted it to Twitter and Tumblr, meaning that the sample size was only people around my age, and the demographic of Tumblr and Twitter is very similar, while Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest also cater to like adults and that sort of thing, like people in other generations. Like my parents would use Facebook while they don't use Twitter or Tumblr. And yeah, thank you for listening to my presentation. And that is how language on the internet works.